Construction of concrete lid for the Y chamber. Y chamber lid covers the top part of the Y chamber. It is the interface through which we repair or clean the Y chamber. At the end of this session, you will be able to construct concrete lid for the Y chamber. The Y chamber lid consists of iron rods placed in a pattern inside a layer of RCC or reinforced cement concrete. To construct the concrete lid, we will first make an iron mat by placing iron rods of lengths 42 cm and 32 cm horizontally and vertically. The rods are to be placed equidistantly at a distance of 9 cm. Cover blocks of thickness 30 mm are to be placed below the iron mat. The handle for the concrete lid with a height of 10 cm and a width of 10 cm will be placed at the center such that it is perpendicular to the lid. We will then apply a layer of RCC to a thickness of 7.5 cm over the iron mat. Before we go into the procedure of construction of the Y chamber lid, let's first take a look at the tools and materials required. The tools required are measuring tape, right-angled ruler, straight edge, trowel, small trowel, hammer, and binding hook. The materials required are sand, cement, 20 mm coarse aggregate, cement mortar in the ratio of 1:6, reinforced cement concrete or RCC in the ratio of 1:1.5:3, that is 1 part of cement, 1.5 parts of sand and 3 parts of 20 mm coarse aggregate. 8 mm iron rods of length 3.8 meters, bricks of height 7.5 centimeters, 30 mm cover blocks, newspaper and steel wire. Let us see the steps involved in construction of the concrete lid for the Y chamber. We will first make an iron mat for the concrete lid. Cut an iron rod to a length of 42 centimeters. We will need 4 iron rods of this length. Then, make marks on it at intervals of 9 centimeters with chalk. Cut another iron rod to a length of 32 centimeters. Similarly, we will need 5 iron rods of this length. Again make marks on it at intervals of 9 centimeters. Now, place both the iron rods horizontally and vertically over the marks as shown. Join the intersections of the points using steel wire and binding hook. Our iron mat is now ready. We will now make handle for the concrete lid. Create a handle of height 10 centimeters and width of 10 centimeters. Place the handle such that it is perpendicular to the iron mat. Now, join the handle to the mat with steel wire. We will now mark the area for pouring the RCC. Placing the right angled ruler on the ground, mark a length of 35 centimeters. Now, mark a length of 45 centimeters on the other side of the ruler. Place the right angle in the opposite direction. With the help of a trowel, mark the other half of the rectangle. We now get a rectangle of length 45 centimeters and width 35 centimeters. This will be the area for pouring the RCC. Now, start placing bricks of height 7.5 centimeters at the sides of the rectangle. Place a sheet of newspaper inside the rectangle. Now, place the iron mat over the newspaper. Place cover blocks below the iron mat. We will now pour reinforced cement concrete or RCC over the iron mat. Fill the RCC tightly. Continue filling the RCC till it reaches the height of the bricks placed. Use trowel to fill and level the RCC uniformly. Lightly tap the surface of the RCC with a straight edge. This will help to remove any air bubbles trapped inside. Now allow the lid to cure for 3 days. Wet the structure at regular intervals. We can now remove the bricks by gently tapping on it with the help of a hammer. Now carefully lift the lid and remove the newspaper from under the lid. Smooth the sides of the lid with a trowel. We will now place the concrete lid over the white chamber. Plaster the gaps between the lid and the chamber on all sides with cement mortar. Now smooth the surface with the help of a trowel. With that, we've come to the end of this session. In this session, we learnt to construct concrete lid for the Y chamber.